Welcome to another edition of Islanders Insiders. We come to you from the locker room today here on the campus of Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi. We've been talking volleyball and soccer up to this point, but today we transition into basketball, men's and women's basketball to be precise, as we'll be joined by head coaches Willis Wilson of Islander men's basketball and head coach Royce Chadwick of Islander women's basketball. We'll also show you a feature segment on men's basketball about off-season training with Teddy Medina. That's coming up. But we'll start things off with the head coach of Islander men's hoops, Coach Willis Wilson. Coach, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good to have you. The show, it seems like it's been a while since we've had you on
It
the
has.
show.
It's great to be back.
We're back here in the locker room talking basketball, so that's a great thing. We're right around the corner. And for you, you're coming here now in your third season at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. And truthfully, for the first time since your arrival here, I can say you're blessed with an experienced group of athletes and that know and not comprehend your system. I've been able to say that in a long time, that you had experience on your team.
Well, it feels different, Stephen. Our guys have done a really nice job. It's been a long stretch. We've been going pretty hard since June. The new rule that was implemented a year ago with the NCAA allowing us to work with our guys, and then the tour to Italy in August, all have paid dividends for a team. But we're at that point of the year where it's time for us to play somebody else. We need to kind of figure some things out and get a real check of where we are defensively, where we are offensively, and get these guys, a couple of those young guys, some game experience.
Oh, there's no doubt. Now, you'd mentioned it, and I'll bring it up right now. One of the best stories and one of the most interesting stories coming off of the offseason was the fact that the NCAA does grant a team an opportunity once every 4 years to travel abroad and play a number of games. How did that affect your team, and how did it work for your team on the floor, but off the floor as well? Because a lot of things come out of it there too.
Well, first things first, we'll talk about what happened on the floor. The August practices, I thought, were exceptional. We really try to keep things really simple, kind of free our guys up, so to speak, to play basketball and not complicate things by running a lot of sets and that sort of thing. What we were really focused on was intensity. We were really focused on giving our guys the freedom to make plays, giving our guys game competition. And so once we arrived in Italy and we were able to get on the floor, I thought things came together nicely. We had a couple things that we got to begin to do better. It was kind of a glimpse into the future. We came away with a 3-1 record. And I think what that meant for our basketball team was a little bit of confidence and getting used to winning. The one game that we did lose was against a veteran team that shot the ball extremely well. But they did expose one thing that we've been able to work on, and that's running our opponents off the three-point line and then getting back into the play and kind of finishing out possession. So those were some significant things for our basketball team during that stretch. If you want to get into the off-the-floor stuff, I just thought it was really amazing. Our director of basketball, Colin Othier, made mention of this the other day, to see a situation where one of our guys had a birthday and they're 2,000-3,000 miles, 4,000, 5,000, whatever it is, miles away from home, and all the guys just got together and decided they were going to take a teammate out for their birthday. It's kind of neat to see. You don't see that every day, where guys just say, okay, come on, we're going to rally together, we're going to go out, we're going to have some fun together, and we're going to do bonding. That was really the experience that we went through each day.
Well, let's look at your team. You have a leader coming back, been recognized by the Southland Conference in preseason as the first team all-conference point guard, John Jordan. Now, he's been your floor general. He's had a lot of responsibility in his young career, but as an upperclassman now, coming in as a junior, will we be seeing a transition in his game?
I sure hope so. I really hope so. The amazing thing about John, it's really awesome that he's getting recognition for being one of the better players in our league. But the fact of the matter is, he still has a lot of space left in his window for improvement. And I want to see that improvement this season. One of the things that's really been challenging, and John may be a very much a reflection of the rest of our basketball team, but he has a lot of room for growth. And it's going to be a day-by-day sort of process to see him evolve from where he is to where he can go. And I think in kind, our team is also in that same boat, if you will.
With some changes in the roster, Coach, there's a couple spots available, and you filled them with a couple interesting freshmen. Some guys that are looked upon to be possibly impact freshmen, guys like Rashawn Thomas and Jeff Beverly. Talk to me about their skill set and what you're seeing in workouts as part of the transition to Division I.
Well, a couple of things. Number one, we do need them to be impact players if we're going to make progress as a basketball program. The great thing about both those guys is they have, and I'm going to use this word in a positive sense, but they both have the girth to withstand a freshman season of college basketball. They're big bodies. They're both athletic. And the thing that I like about them best is they're both skilled. They're kids that can play inside, can play outside. They distribute the ball to their teammates. They play a very unselfish brand of basketball. Probably if there's anything that they need to work on at this point is learning how to play physical at this level without getting themselves into foul trouble. But I think from a production standpoint, those are guys that we're going to count on a great deal in terms of rebounding, in terms of points in the paint, and they both have the ability to knock down spot-up shots from deep territory when we need it. So we're really, really excited about what those guys bring to the table.
No doubt. Those two we hope to have a high impact for sure, but the return of another Islander, he may have just as significant an impact as well. The way he plays, the way he prepares, the demands he puts upon his teammates, and I'm talking about when Jake Coher stepped back in the gym. Jake Coher is going to come back after a redshirt season last year, surgery on his hips. He's back, and tell me about how important he is.
Heck, for a while there, I didn't know who you're talking about, and then when you said that name, it brought a smile to my face. It's been really, really fun and exciting to have Jake back in the gym. He has been something that we've really lacked. He is a competitor day in and day out. He's a competitor to the extent that it's been really hard to rein him back and kind of measure his minutes right now. We've got to keep Jake healthy for the long haul of this season, but man, a guy that's just clever with the basketball, can find ways to score in the paint. He keeps defensive honest from the outside with his stroke. He is a much, much improved defender and a guy that just is not afraid to go out and take a challenge, and that's a characteristic that we really want to permeate throughout our basketball team. And so having Jake back in the fold has been nothing but a positive for everybody.
Well, let me ask you something else real quick. You have put together another challenging schedule, there's no doubt, and you brought back a home tournament in November to Corpus Christi. And again, this is brought to you by Holiday Inn Downtown Marina Hotel. Why is it so important to get a home tourney back on the schedule?
At the end of the day, we need home games. Playing a tournament in the local community brings a weekend, if you will, where people can just really focus in on our program, on basketball. We get a lot of news coverage that's spread out over an extended period of days above and beyond what you normally might get. The other thing, and I mentioned it or alluded to it, is the fact that we need home games. It's just one more way for us to get home games during the season. We're trying to build a fan base, and for us to play well and for people to have an opportunity to maybe come on a weekend where they normally might not come, it gives them a chance to come back. And it's early enough in the season that we can maybe capture a few fans, and it's also early enough in the season that hopefully we'll be able to win some games and build some momentum for the stretch run of the season.
Absolutely. For more information, of course, on the schedule, the tournament, etc., GoIslanders.com is your best bet. Coach, I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Thank you so much. When we come back, we're going to check in with Teddy Medina, and he's going to show you a little something about Islander men's basketball and how they got prepared for this season. Stay with us. More to come. Islanders Insider continues.
It's a pivotal year in Islanders basketball. Our teams have spent the summer training, preparing, and working on the foundation for the coming year. We are going to play with intensity, determination, and passion. We're ready to make a statement in the Southland Conference. Join us on our journey to the tournament. Islanders basketball season tickets are on sale now. Visit GoIslanders.com or call 825-BALL to purchase your tickets today.
What's Massage Envy Spa? For me, it's healthy, it's affordable. I mean, he always wants
pain relief.
Right. And I want a healthier complexion. And now we can get a customized massage or a healthy skin facial.
At a really good price.
At a great price. And nothing feels better than that.
Customized massages and healthy skin facials, all at the perfect price. Start a healthy routine today with Massage Envy Spa.
Go, you'll see.
Congratulations to Vanessa Johnson, this week's Islanders Student Athlete of the Week, presented by Pepsi. Johnson set a school record with her 67 in the second round of the FIU Pat Bradley Invitational, and her three-round total of 218 was fourth best in school history.
Welcome back to Islanders Insider. Let's check in with Teddy Medina as he shows us a little bit of the off-season work that's necessary to be successful in Islander men's basketball.
On July 31st, the Islanders men's basketball team took part in the Marines Combat Fitness Test at the Naval Air Station Corpus Christi in an array of drills designed to push them mentally and physically.
I mean, when you're carrying somebody and all that kind of, it really messes with your quads. I mean, they're on fire, so that's basically all you're thinking about, is just trying to get through the end of the line and drop it and kind of get the pressure off your legs.
Bar none, the maneuver on the fire, the particular obstacle course that we shot today, that's the most challenging one. Because I like the word that Captain Nav used for the drill to describe it. He said it's dynamic, because there's a lot of pieces to it. And memory-wise, just trying to retain exactly all the steps that you have to go through to finish in time. That's challenging in and of itself. So you're getting a challenge there cognitively as well as physically. I mean, they're having to remember exactly where my body goes, where I pick this guy up, and this and that. So that's definitely something that they're not used to.
With how strenuous the drills were, the players had to rely on their teammates for motivation, building better chemistry and camaraderie that will carry on throughout the season.
But everyone came out here and they grinded. That's all you can expect from this team.
What we saw, the kind of unity that we expected from guys, we saw that come out, and really character. So I mean, every single person on this team has a particular character that comes out in these kinds of situations. But more importantly, we saw the character of the team come out, and I think to me that makes me feel great, knowing that the competition gets tough as we approach this 2013-2014 season. We can hopefully see that same character come out in the times that they need it.
Anytime we get to compete, it builds a competitive nature within the team, and anytime we get after each other and guys are competitive, it makes everyone better on the team. So it's a good thing for our team and the program.
Overall, their performances were very impressive. Even the Marines took notice of how their athleticism translated into the quality of their performance.
I thought it was excellent. I think they came out here today. This is a pretty grueling event, and they performed really well this morning.
They did an awesome job. I was impressed. I mean, this is one of the more complicated tests that we have in the Marine Corps. There are a lot of different stages. You could see it through the entire thing. There's like 6 or 7 different movements, and they caught on really fast and really put out really well. I was impressed.
I was excellent. A lot of really good athletes. I expected they'd come out and be able to run real well with most of their training. I was really impressed with some of the strengths and the buddy carries and some of the stuff we saw out here today that was going to be a little more physical for them. So I was interested to see how they do, and they really performed very well. Had some great times.
We outfitted Cole Martinez with a camera for the maneuver under fire drill to give you a first-person perspective of the course. Here's some of what he saw. For Islanders Insider, I'm Teddy Medina. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Islanders Insider. As we return to the locker room, we're joined at this time by the head coach of Islanders women's basketball, Coach Royce Chadwick. Coach,
how are you, Stephen?
Good to have you back. Good to be talking some basketball.
We're very excited. We have a great group, and we're really looking forward to the year.
No doubt. Now, you're in your second season at NAS Corpus Christi, and, well, the best way I can describe last season, truthfully, it was challenging. We'll call it that. We'll call it that. Now, what were some of the positives, though, that you did take away from a difficult season?
Well, we had a lot of people grow up and get diplomas and move on to the real world. And every one of those seniors last year got their degree. They moved out, and they're going to be doing productive things for their families and for the university. And they were very good people in the classroom and got that taken care of. And that's what they're here for. They're here to be students, and they got that done. We went out in the fall and spring, signed a bunch of new people that we think can be student athletes for us and represent our program the way we want to be represented, and we're really looking forward to getting out there on the court.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Now, when the dust settled last year, what were the top 3 agenda items on your to-do list from that point forward?
Well, we needed to recruit. We felt like in effort for us to be competitive in our league, we had to upgrade our athletic ability. We felt like we had to upgrade our basketball talents and skills, and we needed some size and athleticism in the paint. And I thought we addressed all of those at that time, and those are the things that we wanted to do. We wanted to go out and plug in a lot of the missing pieces of our puzzle.
You mentioned the top 100 ranking and also the fact that it's been widely publicized that you're the top ranked class in the Southland Conference this year, as a matter of fact. Now, tell us about the balance of the freshmen coming in, the junior college transfers, and you also Division I transfers that are coming in to play for the Islanders this year.
Well, I thought that we flipped through the rule book and pulled a segment out of each one. You know, we got some very talented young players that we think are going to develop and grow for us. We got some junior college players that we thought we could plug in immediately, and then we had the opportunity to bring in some a fifth year senior that we thought would give us some talent, number one, on the court, give us some leadership as well, and she already knew our system, so we thought that was a no-brainer for us. So we plugged in a little bit of everything to get ourselves ready for this season.
Yeah, Jasmine Shaw, you mentioned the 5th-year senior that came from Marshall University, that has an opportunity to play, knows your system, knows you quite well. You like you said recently at an event, so I not only did I like her so much, then I recruited her twice. You know, she's with you for a second time, and that's kind of special. You know, but between she and a player like Alyssa Campanero, who did come from junior college this year, but technically she was a starting point guard for the University of Hawaii her freshman year.
Well, she's got a lot of experience. You know, she's played at the University of Hawaii at her freshman year, did a really good job for them, transferred to Odessa Junior College, started every single game there, brings a wealth of talent, and just trying to learn the Division I system right now. She's going to be a very, very good player for us. We got Lexi Harris, who is a junior college All-American. We got Shola, who is a junior college All-American, and Jasmine Shaw was a junior college All-American back in the day when we recruited her to Marshall. So these girls have some accolades. We just got to get them to mesh together.
There's no doubt. Now, we talk about the kids that are coming in. Let's talk about the ones that are returning. You're returning only 4 players from last year's team, 3 seniors and 1 sophomore. What were the determining factors on these kids coming back and what your expectations are for them?
Well, I think first of all, they had to buy into our system. You had to believe in what we were trying to do, and all of them did. Next, we sat down with them in the spring and said, these are the things that you must add to your game, and they worked on that. And lastly, we talked to them about bringing some toughness to the court, and I think that's exactly what they've done. When we do inter squads, we put all our seniors together and let them tip it off, and they set the tone for us every single time we've done that. So I think they brought us some toughness back to, and you know, you got to have some continuity there where everybody feels comfortable with this is what's going on with the program and this is where we're headed, and I think that's what those 4 returnees gave us, was some stability there.
No doubt. Taryn Gregory, the senior, Ashley Darley, along with Brandy Huff, and Ashanti Plummer is the 1 sophomore who came back from last year's squad. I know you have high expectations for her and saw her progress through last year.
Well, I think, first of all, Ashanti is a great young lady. You know, she's a young lady that is the kind of representative you want for your program. Secondly, she really wants to be good. She's worked really, really hard in the off season, and Lee did a masterful job with those girls in the off season in the weight room. And so
Lee Rowland, our strength conditioning coach.
Absolutely. Yeah. He's been a huge part of our program, and all of those girls are stronger, they're faster, they're tougher, they're more mentally in tune to what we want to accomplish, and they're going to really give us a very good base to build our program upon.
as the regular season gets underway, the Emerald Beach Islanders Classic starts things off here at the Dugan Wellness Center. Tell me about the tourney and why it's so important to host an event such as that.
Well, first of all, we couldn't do it without help. We couldn't do it without Emerald Beach stepping up saying, hey, we want to have a tournament. We want to bring some people into our city, and everybody benefits on a deal like that. You're going to have restaurants, you're going to have the service stations, Stripes. Everybody is going to benefit from bringing all those people on campus. Secondly, we get to play at home, and we have a bunch of new people, a lot of freshmen that they don't have any idea what it's like to travel. They don't know how hard that is, and they get to open their Division I season with not only one game at home, but back-to-back games at home. So I think it's immeasurable. We get to sleep in our bed, we get to eat our food, we get to shoot on our rims, and we're going to do it in the Dugan Wellness Center where we can bring our fans off campus. They can just walk across the street from the dorms, and maybe it'll be a rowdy atmosphere for us to open in.
I don't think there's any doubt that'll happen, no doubt. Coach, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Stephen.
Best of luck to you, sir. When we come back, we're going to wrap up things today here on Islanders Insider. Tell you what's up next for Islanders Athletics. Stay with us, more to come.
It's that time of year again when all the conditioning and all the hard work pays off. It's time for the State Farm Southland Conference Mascot Challenge. Izzy's been putting in long hours getting ready, and he needs your help. Vote online via the Southland Conference Facebook page or by visiting tinyurl.com/mascot1314. The winning program gets $5,000. So vote every day. Go Islanders. It's a pivotal year in Islanders basketball. Our teams have spent the summer training, preparing, and working on the foundation for the coming year. We are going to play with intensity, determination, and passion. We're ready to make a statement in the Southland Conference. Join us on our journey to the tournament. Islanders basketball season tickets are on sale now. Visit GoIslanders.com or call 825-BALL to purchase your tickets today.
Welcome back to Islanders Insider. Before we wrap things up today, let's bring you up to speed on what's next for Islanders Athletics. Islanders women's basketball gets underway on Sunday, November 3rd at 4 o'clock as they take on Texas A&M International at the Dugan Wellness Center in exhibition play. Then on Friday, November 8th, the Islanders will take on Western Illinois at the Dugan Wellness Center at 4:30 as part of the Emerald Beach Islanders Classic. Then on Saturday, November 9th at 7:30, they'll take on either Fairfield or UAB, depending on who wins in the Emerald Beach Islanders Classic. Then Thursday, November 14th at 7 o'clock, they'll take on Southern Utah, once again at the Dugan Wellness Center. Islanders men's basketball hits the court on Friday, November 8th at 7:30 as they play Houston Tillotson at the Dugan Wellness Center as part of the Holiday Inn Downtown Marina Islanders basketball tournament. Then on Tuesday, November 12th, they'll head out on the road for the first time this season as they'll take on Iowa State. Islanders volleyball returns to the Dugan Wellness Center on Thursday, October 31st for a 7 o'clock start time as they take on the Nichols Colonels. Then on Saturday, November 2nd, 1 o'clock start as they take on McNeese once again at the Dugan Wellness Center. They'll continue their home schedule at the Dugan Wellness Center as they take on Houston Baptist on Saturday, November 9th at 1 o'clock, and then Wednesday, November 13th at 4 o'clock as they face off against Lamar. Islanders soccer returns back to the Dugan Track and Soccer Stadium on Friday, November 1st at 3:30 as they take on Stephen F. Austin, and then we'll wrap up the regular season on November 3rd at 1 o'clock as they take on the Lady Demons of Northwestern State. Islanders cross country will be heading out to the Southland Conference Tournament in Lake Charles, Louisiana on Friday, November 1st. We want to wish our best of luck to Coach Flanagan and Islanders cross country. Once again, we thank all of you for tuning in today to Islanders Insider. Thank you again to Willis Wilson and Royce Chadwick for joining us here in the locker room, Teddy Medina in his report on Islander men's basketball preseason workouts, and of course all of you for tuning in. I'm Stephen King. You've been watching Islanders Insider.